Hey everybody, One Weezum here, 5:25 a.m. I am insanely tired, but here I am recording anyway. Just introduced Jolly Bumble Blast, and the guy is an absolute beast, thanks in part to his hat, which has insane uh, attribute increases. I'm going to go ahead and back out of here. I want you to get to see Jolly Bumble Blast just for comparison's sake. One of the first things I said was, hey, he's got a hat on and it's not showcased on the character artwork or much less the figure, which you would think it might have been on the figure given Jolly Bumble Blast's story and everything. That said, this gives you an idea of what he looks like. I'm going to go ahead and pull Jolly Bumble Blast. Actually, where is he? Here's Bumble Blast. Best I remember, I have never had him on the portal, so get him on.
The perfect swarm!
Alright, he kind of looks a little different than I thought he would. There you see the elemental power increase there. I like, the left-hand corner I really like, but like the in-game figure right now I'm not a huge fan of. Kind of prefer Jolly, actually. That said, Bumble Blast, pretty cool. He doesn't seem too terribly slow. I've had a lot of people complaining to me, asking me, hey, what can I do to make this guy faster? He's not a rocket ship, like, by any means, but he's fairly nimble. Now, primary attack, which is, Bazooka.
Buzz off!
Gonna shoot one bee, and it's going to do 15 damage 5 times. However, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess maybe is it 3? I'm not sure, I was thinking it was 5 earlier. Let me step back. That's at least 4 that were there. I don't know. You get the idea. You can do a lot. That's the bottom line. Secondary attack is going to be called Honey Glob. That's going to do 15 damage. Check this out. The bee, instead of doing 15 damage, is going to do 17 damage. So pretty unique and cool there. What we'll do now, we'll actually come in. I want to go to collection. Over here to Spyro's head. Note, it apparently did credit us for him. So Jolly Bumble Blast does register standalone. We'll come in here to Life Skylanders, where there's 8. There's Jolly Bumble Blast right there. Not quite sure why those two aren't together, but whatever. Here's Bumble Blast, as you can see with the exclamation. He's our new entry here. The perfect swarm. We'll read the bio. Bumble Blast started life as a humble beehive in the Radiant Mountains, where for ages the bees made the sweetest, most magical honey in all of Skylands. When Chaos heard about the super honey, he wanted it all for himself and soon launched an attack on the peaceful bees. But when his minions arrived to plunder everything the bees had created, they were met by Bumble Blast. He alone had been home to the bees and considered himself to be their protector. Using the power of the magic honey, Bumble Blast valiantly battled off the evil minions who felt his powerful sting that day. Afterward, Bumble Blast roamed Skylands as a protector of nature, where he soon joined with the Skylanders. Would have been a cool deal if he would have come across like Stump Smash or something who recruited him. Kind of like we saw with Zulu and Double Trouble deal, but still no complaints. Pretty unique character, pretty powerful. Again, to me, he's like a lot. He's got some elements of Stump Smash, some elements of Zook, and those are two good characters to have elements of, in my opinion. We'll back out of there. We'll go ahead, come in here, to Skylander and take a look at his stats. Max health 320, speed 35, armor 24, critical hit 4, elemental power 53 thanks to that plus 28. He does a pretty cool deal there with the honey where he shoots it up in the air and catches it. We're going to back out and take a look at his upgrades. Begins with Beezooka. Press Y to shoot honey homing bees at enemies. Again, 15 damage, 17 if they're going after honey. Secondary upgrade, Honey Glob. Press A to shoot a big ball of honey that will coat enemies in honey. When hit, basically does 15 damage, then is accented by the primary attack when that happens. Honey Beacon, first purchased upgrade. Bees will always target and attack enemies coated in honey. Second purchased upgrade, Hungry Bees. Bees deal increased damage against honeyed targets. Then, this one seems pretty interesting to me. It's called Hive Mind, his third purchased upgrade. Press X, that'd be the tertiary attack, to shoot a beehive into the ground. The hive explodes into honey when an enemy approaches it. Final purchased upgrade is called Painful Stings. Bees gain more powerful stingers, increasing their damage. Again, we'll get the numbers once we get to that point. Now you're at a point you can either choose to upgrade his primary Beezooka or his secondary Honey Glob attack. If you go with the Beezooka, it's called the Beekeeper path. Begins with a Bee Armada. Hold Y to charge the Beezooka, release to shoot 3 bees at once. Stirred up a nest, a new Beezooka now shoots even more bees that do increased damage. And it wraps up with Queen Bee. This is kind of like along the lines of Trigger Happy's Golden Yamato or something. Hold Y and charge the Beezooka even longer. Release to shoot a Queen Bee that knocks enemies into the air. So that should be interesting. You don't know what it's going to do damage-wise, but I intend to find out. Now, the bottom path is called the Honey Tree path. It obviously addresses his secondary attack. Begins with Honey Buzz Blast. Hold A to charge a honey attack. Release to shoot a honey glob that contains angry bees. That should be interesting. Again, it's one of those things I'm looking forward to seeing. Second purchase upgrade is called Heavy Honey. It has the exact same animation as the previous upgrade. Sorry, not animation, but featured art. Honey attack deal increased damage and slow enemies. That's going to be a perk there that they slow them again. Think along the lines of Stump Smash. Lastly, we have got Honeycomb Bark. Armor is increased. That's a huge deal. Anyone that's watched anything Skylanders I've done should know I am a big fan of bumping up the armor. Bark skin will sometimes drip out honey that coats enemy attackers. Now, Soul Gem is called Bee-Pack Backpack. Gain a beehive backpack that automatically launches bees at nearby foes. That should be fun. Looking forward to seeing how it pans out. We're going to back out of here and go into quests. First 6, pretty basic. Defeat 1,000 enemies. Eat 15 pieces of food. Don't take damage non-story mode. Win 10 PvP. I'm thinking he should be a beast in, PvP. Totally maxed out. I'm a fan of this. Again, if you don't like his primary and secondary attacks, this encourages you to actually play as the character. Obviously, hopefully earn money by the upgrades and continue playing as him, and then hopefully change your mind. Elementalist does 7,500 elemental bonus damage. Really, the 3 life-specific, character-specific ones. Defender of Life. Defeat a total of 25 undead spellpunks. Fully stocked. Defeat a total of 250 enemies while at full health. And lastly, we've got Not the Bees. Hit honey-coated enemies with bees 125 times. I honestly don't think that will be too terribly bad. We're going to back out of here now. What I'm going to do... Bumble Blast obviously has got Jolly Bumble Blast that's out now. He will have a light core version coming up, so we'll be able to take both paths and then kind of, take another one. But what I want to do, the way you get Bumble Blast is in the Fiery Forge Battle Pack. So I'm going to come in here. We're actually going to take the Fiery Forge. We're going to stick it on the Portal of Power with Bumble Blast and see what happens. The fire at the bottom does light up. New battle pack unlocked. Now check this out. New PvP arena unlocked, Fiery Forge, and a new ring out arena has been unlocked, which is obviously also the Fiery Forge. Alright, so what it's going to do, 50 damage, that's pretty significant.
Hide and seek.
It seems to home in there. I guess it would kill an enemy and then maybe travel with us, but that will come in handy should you find yourself in a position of need. I'm going to go ahead and pull it. That's essentially what the Fiery Forge is going to do. We unlock the new arenas, and then it's essentially going to hover overhead, drop down, fire, and do 50 damage to enemies. I am dead tired. It's 5:35, but you should know my favorite character is Terrafin. Knockout Terrafin comes packaged with the Fiery Forge Battle Pack. Shockingly, he's actually available as well right now in single pack form. That went alongside there with Wave 2. I think he's in a Wave 3 triple pack. Don't hold me to that at this time of morning or night. But I know he's coming also in a triple pack. But that said, I think I am going to introduce Knockout Terrafin. We'll be done then with the current Adventure Pack and Battle Pack. And then tomorrow when I record, I'll probably kick it off with like Scorp, maybe do some Riptide, some of the other Newlanders basically. Then we'll get into the rest of the Series 2, Series 3 characters. So we'll just probably follow suit there. I think that's the most logical thing to do. That said, I will do my best to be awake when we introduce Knockout Terrafin. But as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to check out the blog. Tons of cool stuff there, oneofwisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Make sure you're subscribed. That'll keep you up with all the latest. Definitely helps me out as well. But once again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you back here for part 32 when we will be introducing none other than Knockout Terrafin.